Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about how the enemy actually reject, attach demonic entities, jinn, reptilian, draconian, Atlantean jinn, Lemurian jinn. Just think of the word jinn and demons, okay? And they also attach the drone. The drone is associated with human. The drone is manifested from human, so it's associated with jinn or energy that it actually came from human beings. It's actually that, okay? And they usually attached these entities, negative, usually a negative entity. They usually attach it to something like a memory or thought, or from your from your life, like things, something that happened to you that is maybe could be considered negative or painful or something like that you carry with you, and they attach this demonic entity to. They're not gonna attach it to happy thought, because a happy thought, it bring, if they attach it to that, it just bring happiness in your life. They attach it to something negative. It could be a fight with your siblings, and loss of your parents, or having a fight with somebody, or thinking negative thought about somebody, things like that. They attach it to that. They attach also demons or jinn that read our thoughts and intentions, and they know what you're thinking about, and that what they do is attach. This entity report back to the this wicked people, demons, or jinn. you know they are jinn, they are demons. If any human who does practice witchcraft is a jinn, demon, are wicked. That's why you refer to them. You downgrade them. But anyhow, and they attach that. Then basically, jinn report to, if you thought about, you're thinking about something negative in your life, and this jinn would report back to the witch or wizard, who they having this relationship with, and they'll report to them, and then they will attach something on that. So you have to break all cords, intentions and stuff, all attachment that that is connected to a jinn, demon, witches, wizard, warlock, werewolf, jinn, vampire jinn. All of them, they're all jinn and demons, and they project. They like to project into you, and they like to swirl the next negativity, and you just kind of feeding the wood to the fire. It's like that, and they also like to project. If you think about the God, our creator or maker, negatively, it's a jinn. Or if you're thinking about somebody negatively in that moment, and you just just out of the blue, you think about somebody you haven't thought about for a long time negatively, or you bring back that old fight, and the reckoning, it brings that thought back to you, to manifest. So in order for you, you need to cut the cords from any negative people in your life, and you need to cut all cords to jinn, demons, any demons, jinn entities, lower vibration beings and whatnot. They go by different titles that project negative thought about the creator or maker or family members or any of that. You have to cut the cords of transfer to family members. So when you trying to cut on, remove all of that, Because sometimes when you attack this negative entity, it would transfer this pain from the entity back to your family member. So you have to cut also that. You have to cut the cord and to remove it from energetic, field, because that's what they do. They come into your energy field and to violate you. And they've done it for a long time. And where the saddest part about all of this, they think they have every right to do it to you. That's how delusional they are. How, messed up in the head. They think they have every right to violate you that way. Without any repercussion, what's the consequences is going to happen. So if they think they can undo everything after, this war, holy war, spiritual war ends, they think they can not going to be judged. You can also invoke God, what do you call it? You can invoke God, all-knowing, aspect of all-knowing, that God, and to judge all demon entities, all people who, deleted, special, what do you call it, records, all records that have been burned, all burned records that the enemy have burnt, or initiated, or invoked, or attached to anybody, or diverted, to be judged. You know what I'm saying? So you'll find, okay, think about energy work is like a string. This string is attached, it has a beginning and it has an end, right? So if you follow the string, you will find the person who actually have done this. You have to go back in history, like, that's how it's like a computer. You go back in history, you gotta figure out who actually initiated this, who have done this. Because their wishes are, they invoke certain demons, entities and stuff that known to hide, this past, to hide all this, energy work that happened in the past. They invoke this. So you can also pray against all these entities, demon or whatever, known to hide, this. And because what the witches and wizards do is, after they create this chaos in your life, they cleanse, because they don't want to have this attachment after they've done. So you can actually follow their path and judge accordingly, So I know part of it is about forgiveness, but when the enemy is working very hard around the clock to make your life a living hell, you don't have to forgive him, but there is way to unattach this forgiveness part of it. You know what I'm saying? You can pray for it. You can pray. Anybody who expected, in forgiveness to to remove this negative energy attachment, to be judged. Anybody who created this, attach it to, just get creative. Because when I do prayers, I get creative. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how the enemy think. Remember, you're fighting a lot of people. You are fighting a lot of people that well-funded by the governments, but the elites, to fight us, because they know we are the rightful soul to the throne. They know that. So they are fighting us because they think God is going to change his mind. God is going to, fight God is going to go away. He's going to just make himself disappear, But they are prolonging the unstoppable force, They thinking they can put God on hold, and they could, basically delegate to God what to think or what to do. You're thinking they got God figured out. That's the saddest part about all of this. They're all delusional and messed up in the head. So pray against the enemy for judgments. That's all I'm gonna say.